have not live streamed since Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final when the Florida Panthers won in an unbelievable way, but hockey is over. Football will be starting soon. We have baseball. We've been broadcasting some baseball for you. The All-Star Game here, it's in Arlington. And as you know, since I'm a Met fan, this will be a National League simulcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, Marcus Semien, who signed that big deal 2 years ago, he won a World Series last year with the Rangers. Big time player. He plays he's not a starter. No, yeah, it's at second base. So Corbin Burns, who has just been a house of fire for the Baltimore Orioles, who right now have a half-game lead on the AL East over the New York Yankees. And I believe it will be Burns pitching first since the American League is home. So you guys let me know if you're interested in anything, so you can talk about it. So we are back in Arlington. They are now singing the anthem. They did shout Stars because we are in Arlington, so there's probably a myriad of Dallas Stars fans here as well. But yeah, Texas has, in life of anything, Houston, the Texans like the new young NFL team. There's a lot of good college football down there. I don't know how good they'll be this year, but there's a lot of expectations on the Dallas Cowboys, and The Dallas Stars went to the Western Conference Final for the second straight year. Dallas Mavericks were in the NBA Finals. These Rangers won the World Series. There's a lot to like. A lot to like. As the anthem is being played right now here in Arlington, and what a game this is about to be. A couple of great baseball players. Baseball draft just happened today. A guy that I've broadcasted in, my actual career doing high school sports, Luke Dickerson, drafted 42nd overall by the Washington Nationals. He's going to Virginia. And then they're going to do another commercial break, and then I'll get back for the actual first pitch of the All-Star game here in Texas. So, let's get ready for that.
Foundations continue to pay off mortgages for fallen first responders and dual-star families of young children. Now, T2T is committing itself to eradicating veteran homelessness. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Let us do good.
The best summer plans come from the backseat.
Let's go camping. I want to see a dinosaur. Let's rescue a real one. Let's go on a big family road trip.
Volvo plug-in hybrids. Short trips but electric. Longer trips on gas.
True job enjoy seeing the stars.
The Volvo XC60 and XC90 plug-in hybrid. Visit your local Volvo retailer to explore plug-in hybrid vehicles.
Again, we will continue to talk more with this stuff there. But, if anybody has any questions, feel free to comment. How do I actually look at these comments? Here we go. We are finally ready for first pitch here in Arlington. Nolan Ryan is here, former New York Met, one of the greatest Met pitchers of all time. Of course, he's a legend for the Rangers, but I had to, as a Met, I tried to put that up. And he was unbelievable for Texas and for the Mets. Adrian Beltre, who just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, one of the superstars on the 2011 team where fans here feel like they should have gone all the way. The first pitch from these Hall of Famers. And then Paul Skeens, he's been in the he's been in the headlines for everything with what's going on with him and how he's been able to play, and he is going to start the All-Star game as a 20-year-old, as a guy who the teams, you always have the 7 teams in each sport. One of my teams is the Pittsburgh Pirates, so I've been following Paul Skeens Boy, can he throw the fastball. So, Paul Skeens, obviously, as you said to start. So we do know now the starter. As we said, Corbin Burns is going to start for the American League. So the National League, I think we're going to be batting first because this is in Arlington and the Texas Rangers are an American League team. Aaron Judge is in the outfield, so that would tell me that I am correct. Aaron Judge, of course, a superstar for the New York Yankees. Wonder who will bat first. Let me line up real quickly. Our catcher is Will Contreras. Our first from the Milwaukee Brewers. Our first baseman, Bryce Harper. For the Phillies, our second baseman, Ketel Marte from the Diamondbacks. Our third baseman, Alec Boehm, also from the Phillies, was in the home run derby yesterday. Trey Turner, another Philly, at shortstop. In left field, Christian Yelich from the Brewers. In center field, Jurickson Profar from the Padres. In right field, Teoscar Hernandez, who won the home run derby yesterday from the Los Angeles Dodgers. And DHing Shohei Ohtani, who can also pitch from the Los Angeles Dodgers. So have a slew of reserves. And as we said, the starting pitcher will be Paul Skeens from the Pirates. We have several reliefs as well. Now, for their batters, their catcher, Adley Rutschman from Baltimore. Their first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero from Toronto. Their second baseman, Marcus Semien from Texas. Their third baseman, Jose Ramirez from Cleveland. Their shortstop, Gunnar Henderson from Baltimore. Their left fielder, Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees. Their right fielder, Juan Soto from the New York Yankees. Their center fielder, Juan Soto from the New York Yankees. And their right fielder, Stephen Kwan from Cleveland. And their DH, Jordan Alvarez from Houston. They have several pitchers as well. And they are starting Corbin Burns from Baltimore.
My dream is to get my online college degree. That's why Spectrum has affordable solutions to keep you connected. At Spectrum, we are committed to delivering reliable, affordable internet and unlimited mobile to keep you connected to what matters most to you.
This summer is the perfect time to get away with a great deal on your favorite Hyundai models. All backed by America's best warranty. Plus 3 years.
So, again, they're the commercial. They're taking a lot of breaks here. But I get it. I think I do.
Get in and get away now. Lease a Hyundai Elantra for only $159 a month. Or get 1.99% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
I definitely do. So now we are back. I do like the whole old Texas, rodeo ranch themes. It's kind of fun for baseball. And for something for those two things that are seemed, although, they get culturally changed and, it's not exactly what both things really are. In the original early 1900s zeitgeist, it's baseball and, the ranch and cowboys and all that stuff. So it kind of does work really well. And it's interesting that they never really attacked that. But the All-Star game hasn't been in Texas as much. Okay, we're ready to go. We are ready to go here finally. A fanfare up to the wazoo here in Arlington. But I believe that Corbin Burns will be on the mound finally to start. It's another first pitch. It has been unbelievable, and this is a sold-out crowd here in Arlington. They're all warming up now. Corbin Burns getting ready. Oh, that interview talking to Marcus Semien now. Of course, Semien and his team in the American League, but this Texas Rangers team, really interesting stuff here because this team, of course, what they've been able to accomplish, and being World Series champions, and then right after they won the World Series, the next season after, they've been battling for a playoff spot. It hasn't been great for them, but they are hosting the All-Star games. This is the confidence that the Rangers probably feel like they need. So Corbin Burns, as we said, now getting ready to pitch, and we'll see who is going to be up at bat for us. While we do all that, let me get the standings. What are the standings before All-Star weekend? Of course, the trade deadline is coming soon. We won last year in Seattle 3-2. It was a very low-scoring game. We'll see what the scores are. We'll get to standings first in a second, and it will be Marte to start. Ketel Marte from the Diamondbacks. That is taken low for ball one. Ketel Marte with a .292 average, 19 home runs, 57 ribbies. Burns, a second pitch, outside check swing. They called it. Interesting that they would call Marte's swing, and it's a 1-1 count. That was a low fastball. Burns stands in, delivers one right up the middle. Marte to the first baseman. They'll hop to touch the bag. Burns touches the bag, and a good play by Guerrero. It's one out. Well, Guerrero was just able to go and make a really nice play at the first base line. He made sure to get the ball out and flip it, and Burns was able to get the one out. But now we have the DH, Shohei Ohtani. Shohei could give us a lead very early on with a bomb into the upper deck. Look at that. Look at them. That couple flew 7,727 miles from Taiwan to see Shohei Ohtani, the Japanese superstar who inked that mega deal with the Dodgers. As that cutter taken for strike one, Shohei didn't even look at it. Shohei total bases before the All-Star break, first in Dodgers history. Extra base hits, first in Dodgers history as well. And remember, this is a franchise that has had some of the most legendary players in baseball history. You know, the likes of Kirk Gibson and Jackie Robinson, and this guy's setting franchise records in his first year in Dodger blue. Swing and a foul tip for Shohei Ohtani. It's a 1-2 count. One strike away from getting into a 2-out hole. It's a low pitch taken for ball 2. It's 2-2 count. It was a low pitch was right under Shohei. And Shohei's for all of the home runs that he hits and all of these deep flyouts, he is a very, very patient batter. That pitch way outside, an 83-mile-per-hour low roller for ball 3, and we got a full count. We just came here. Nobody on base. Top of the first. National League at bat Ohtani. Full count. That one outside for a walk. And Ohtani will pick up the first base. He'll get on base. It's a very, very patient at bat for Shohei Ohtani, who only swung once and got on base. So now the go-ahead run on first, and there's only one out so far. These usually are low-scoring games. Out of all the All-Star games, you put together the Pro Bowl, though that's changed. The All-Star game is this one hit. Fly, a bit shallow. Going back to get it is Judge, and he makes the catch 2 away. So Ohtani will stay at first. As you were saying, you know, the All-Star games, the Pro Bowl, although that's changed. The NBA All-Star game, it seems like maybe in about 25, 30 years, the final score will be 750 to 630. Like they score a bunch of points. It's usually about 230 to 180 every year, and that's not an exaggeration, as it is Bryce Harper at bat now. The 11th pitch coming for Burns. And that is taken for strike 1 just inside. And that strike taken inside, and now Corbin Burns 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. And Harper swings it out left to the wall. Ohtani is rounding second, and he rounds third, and he's safe. Shohei Ohtani gets to third because of a huge hit by Bryce Harper to the wall. And the 2 top players on the 2 best teams in the best league are getting it done. And just like that, with only 1 out, with still 2 outs, both Harper and Ohtani are in perfect scoring position. It'll be Will Contreras from Milwaukee. And he takes a strike. 97-mile-per-hour heater from Burns. And that foul tipped to the right side by Contreras, 1-1. 0-2, excuse me. Burns looks in and a low one into the dirt.
Baltimore battery in this first inning. By the way, that is a severe plus for a pitcher to get your own catcher. It rarely happens, but when you get it, it's really, really a nice feeling. 6 All-Star game.
Burns looks on.
No, I did not. I got it 6 of the 8, but the catcher gets some intel on the pitchers.
Burns the pitch low inside. They'll call a ball. 2-2. Will trying to go this ball outside. But I was trying to say about those All-Star games, they're always high scoring, it seems like. And in hockey, you got your 7-5. But these are always very defensively. Very well played, like a real baseball game. That is taken just outside the strike zone. A full count. And now a big chance for Contreras. If he hits it into the grass and he can get to first, we probably get a run. If he strikes out, innings over. This one a bobbler taken by Burns. He'll flip it to Guerrero, and they get out of a jam as they get a bit of a fun hug afterwards. Paul Skeens is going to have his first All-Star pitches coming up now. We're scoreless. Could not get anybody on watching puck drops here. No score in top of the first in the All-Star game. That was pretty good start to the first inning, though. A couple of nice hits, but just couldn't get anybody home. And now we're going to have to play some defense.
So, how long have you lived here?
40 years.
And how are the restaurants around here? Are they good, bad, meh? What's the average household income? Is there a bar? I don't know, a hair salon? Where do you get your hair done?
You go moving what?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a lovely neighborhood.
So, we're getting ready for that, as we know.
Some of the most brilliant minds in business. No, not you. Or you. You auto-track business income and expenses with your clients. You pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with no APY. Get a full picture of your business on one platform. Intuit QuickBooks. Now get 70% off for 3 months.
Why won't Scott play with us anymore?
He has something called osteoarthritis pain. It's joint pain that hurts him all the time. Now, there's the filler, the first and only once-monthly injection to control your dog's OA pain. Veterinary professionals administering the brother who are pregnant, trying to conceive, or breastfeeding should take extreme care to avoid self-injection, which can cause allergic reactions like anaphylaxis.
This is the best day of my life!
Maria and Julio thought their life would never slow down. Then, one day, it finally did. You were made to find inner peace. We were made to track flight prices to paradise.
1 year after he was drafted, 2 months after he makes his major league debut, Paul Skeens starts the All-Star game. I can only imagine his heartbeat. He's been in big moments in college, so it's not like he's got no high school to this point, but he has electric stuff. He really could throw all 4-seam fastballs, but he's got a really good two-seamer, a changeup, and a slider. And we were going to see him against one
So here we go.
this guy.
Paul Skeens, bottom of the first, with his first ever All-Star game pitch as a rookie. And this one is popped up, and it will go right out of play as Quan, that is Quan. That is Stephen Quan from Cleveland, who just popped it up. It's 0-1. That one popped up to the left as well. It's 0-2. 9 home runs, 27 RBIs, but his batting average, 352, leads Major League Baseball. 0-2 count, Skeens. This one line foul. All 3 of these have been foul. 89 strikeouts through the first 11 career starts, and he has really put Pittsburgh into a position to possibly qualify for a playoff spot. This hit one by Kwan into center field, and an easy catch there. An easy catch for Alec Boehm. Trey Turner, who backed up to make the catch. And a good first out for the National League for the good guys. One, 2 count right now. Skeens waits in. Throws this one. It is bounce through the throw to first is on time. 2 outs just like that. Skeens stands in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Right on Juan Soto, who has just been unbelievable for the Yankees this year. But what a pitch by Skeens. Paul, the second one, way outside, 84 miles per hour. It's 1-1. This is pitch 11 coming for Paul right now. This one outside on a sinker, and it's 2-1. Thing with him, that was swung and missed. Skeens pitch that one is popped up by Soto and out of play into a delirious crowd here in Arlington. And that one fouled off as well. And that one popped up again. 100-mile-per-hour one. And he got the second out. Just able to strike out Juan Soto. He did not foul him. Yeah, it just went right up through the glove. For a strike, and Soto just pointed out his teammate Aaron Judge. Judge lines this one to left third base, and the quick 3-0 play right to second base. And Paul Skeens doing some great things We're going to the top of the second. Still scoreless.
Why always the couch? Doesn't give it a puppy school. Get his little puppy diploma. How much have you been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
With wet AMD, I worry I'm not only losing my sight, but my time to enjoy it. And now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works quickly. The only treatment designed to treat 2 causes of wet AMD.
Right. What's that? Kyrie Irving, just found out, and this crowd here in Arlington will not appreciate this, is having hand surgery. Interesting. But right now, just to remind people again, it is scoreless. Top of the second. Here in the All-Star game in Arlington. Paul Skeens pitched very well. So has the American League's ace, being Corbin Burns. Now, since they have so many other great pitchers, I wonder how long Burns will pitch for. Maybe they'll go with Tyler Anderson, who's been unbelievable for Anaheim, or former Met Seth Lugo, who is playing with Kansas City Royals. Scubo for Detroit, and this one lined out foul. It is Christian Yelich batting right now. Count is 0-1. Top of the second. Scooble pitches one low, and it's a 1-1 count. So a 2-1 count so far for the American League. Scooble, this one fouled. Still a 2-1, 1-2 count. Christian Yelich fouled to behind. And Yelich sends this one right to their shortstop. Out to first base to Guerrero, one away. Henderson made the play. And Scooble definitely is appreciative. It will be Alec Boehm here, and Boehm deep to center field. Back is Judge, makes the catch. So just like that, 2 away. And Alec Boehm, who was a home run away from tying the final of the home run derby and 2 home runs away from winning it, almost sends this thing yard. But Aaron Judge back at the wall to make the catch, and they are an out away from getting their batters up. It'll be Teoscar Hernandez who won the home run derby. He's played 95 games so far this season. And maybe Teoscar can get us on the board. That is high, ball 1. A high slider by Scooble. And a 1-0 count. Nobody on base. 2 outs. Top of the second. Scoreless tie. That one low for ball 2. And it's 2-0. Teoscar Hernandez, who was the first ever Los Angeles Dodger to win the home run derby, sends this one deep. Judge is there. Soto is there. Soto makes the catch. We're out of the inning. Well, Teoscar Hernandez hit it into 2 Yankees, and Soto made the catch. We're going to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless. We'll be defending. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to put the light on. Much better.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. Hey, watch it. It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face. Game changer. Well, it flex its contours too. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke for the ultimate Gillette shaving experience. The best of it can get is Gillette Labs.
What if the promise of better work wasn't just something we dreamed about, but something we found? This might be the one, or better yet, no way, something that found us. I got the interview.
All right. So now I wonder who will pitch for us in the second inning. So let's look at the options. So we could go with Fried. We could go with Green. Imanaga from Chicago. Lopez from Atlanta. Sanchez from Philadelphia. Or Logan Webb from San Francisco. I think we're going to go with Hunter Green from the Reds. He's been a very nice pitcher, and I think we're going to go with him.
Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah, the avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Back here in Texas, no score at the bottom of the second inning. And Max Fried, part of this great Braves staff, is on the pitch.
Fried is going to be the one pitching. And Max throws this one to the outside, 1-0. 7.5, 3.08 ERA. He's had a very good year, of course. Pitching against Alvarez. Had a 4-seam fastball low for a 2-0 count.
Max's Braves are looking up to, and everybody's looking up to in the standings. Best record in baseball. They've got 8 of them here at the All-Star game. We've got 3 of them with us. We're trying to lock in those earpieces and those microphones. Guys, now that the PA and the music has died down, can you hear us? I'm good.
They have mics on all of the Phillies here. There's a pitch by Fried. This one up in the air. It is going to go to the stands. And there was a good chance that Bohm was going to get to that baseball and get one out, but no do. It's 3-1. It's 3-1 count. And Fried's pitch outside. It is ball 4. And Alvarez goes to first base, and that's where the go-ahead run is.
experience been for you?
It's been a blast. Being able to do it without guys on the cage too.
Swinging a high fly ball deep to center field at the warning track. Caught easily, and that's one away.
Marte, a couple fields on the left out there. You got these three Phillies around you. You got to share any inside jokes with Cattell or anything?
So that was that catch made there by Turner. You know, Turner went all the way back. It was a deep drop for Turner at shortstop to go all the way back in the grass. One out. Freed against Guerrero Jr. High strike. What a curveball. Masterful pitch by Freed. And probably the only time I will root for Max Fried if he stays with the Atlanta Braves. A gorgeous pitch. Fried, this one lined right up the middle, making the play, diving the flip to first base. Beautiful. What a play by Trey Turner, who he made the catch and he gets the second out. Look what he does here. A beautiful dive, delivered well from his former teammate in Atlanta, and a great flip to second base. And Ketel Marte is going to be very happy for that one. 2 away. Awesome play. Here's the pitch, low inside. Will be a strike on the fastball. Fried's cooking right now. Maybe he should be pronounced the other way his name would be pronounced, Fried, because he is cooking with serious gas. 0-1 count. Swing by Rutschman, an easier hopper by Bone. And that one was Philly dominated. Turner and Bohm get us out of the second. We're going to the top of the third, still scoreless.
In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of the joke my mate told me. Now, a knuckle walker and a catcher walk into a ball.
So we'll see who will pitch for them. So let's go by their pitchers. So they have gone with, so far, starting Corbin Burns. They went with Tarek Skubal from Detroit. I think we're going to see Tyler Anderson from Anaheim now, but we'll see. They still have Anderson from Anaheim, Crotchet from Chicago, and White Sox. And, of course, remember, they also have the bullpen.
Let's go on a big family road trip.
Well, they've gone with a righty and a lefty. So
Can we drive until we see the stars?
The Volvo XC60 and XC90 plug-in hybrid.
it depends on
Also retailer twist.
what they think on the lineup as well. But Tanner Hewok as well from the Boston Red Sox, Seth Lugo from the Royals, and his teammate Cole Ragans. So, you know, there's that to look at.
Continue to pay off mortgages with fallen first responders and Blue Star families and communities. Now T2T is committing itself to eradicating veteran homelessness. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Let us do good.
Welcome to the Knowledge Network. They switched to Juniper's AI native network. Now everyone's so productive, they're operating at a higher gear. Now their network is self-configuring, self-protecting, and self-healing. So their IT team deals with up to 90% fewer network trouble. Just a sound barrier. That's the Now Wait network at work. With real AI, putting you in the fast lane.
Drive in the summer on the CRV and Accord. Fun to drive.
Ready for the top of the third. So, you know, okay. So while we do that, let's go look at the baseball standings for a second. So, starting the National League, since we're a National League broadcast. Best record, Philadelphia. So they have a 1 seed leading the NL East, 62-34. Then with the second best record, the Los Angeles Dodgers, 56-41. Then third, also leading the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers, 55-42.
Wow, I can prove my credit that
And then your first wild card is the Atlanta Braves. Your second wild card of the. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Are the St. Louis Cardinals. And at the skin of their teeth in the third wild card of the New York Mets. As that pitch outside. It is Hewitt. It is Hewitt pitching. Tanner Hewitt from the Boston Red Sox. 1-1 count. This to Profar from San Diego. Jackson will set up. Lines this to right field. This is a base hit. Goes to the wall. Bounces right back. Soto tries to make the throw. Hewitt was thinking about second. He'll go right back to first. That will be a base hit, as we said. And Profar starts the scoring for the good guys. Judge and Soto, teammates with the New York Yankees, smiling about that because Soto just had to pump and Jackson knew better because this bounced right off the white line. It looked like it was going to go out at first. Pitch by Hewitt. This one goes off an American League player. Tries to make the play at first, then tries to make the play at second. Cannot. Marte goes to first. And so does Jurickson going to second because he thought of the play to first, then saw that it was way too far because it went off of Semien, right off his glove. This is a splitter that no chance there for Shohei. This is a huge chance for Shohei because there's no out. It's a 1-0 count, and he's got a runner on first and second. Shohei could break this game open. Inside. Now, do you intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani so you don't have to deal with him slamming the ball? But then you have loaded bases with no outs. And all you need is a pop fly to score runs. Swinging a high fly ball. Deep to right field. It is Nebular. 3-0 National League. Shohei Ohtani, a 400-foot, 104-mile-per-hour laser missile makes it 3-0 good guys. Well, this all starts with the error because you had the base hit that Soto never got to, right? That happens. Then the flip, which was the error, and Shohei Ohtani goes yard, 2-run score as well as him. And it is a 3-0 lead for the National League as this ball is spit out, and this will be a base hit for Trey Turner. National League is humming right now. Here is the home run. Shohei Ohtani just ripped 400 feet. That's what I was saying. Maybe it's because there were no outs. That's why that error was such a big deal. Because if you get at least one runner out, you have an out. Double play, and that's even better. But if they had one out, then you could have intentionally walked Ohtani. You would have had a runner on first and second, only one out, but not had to deal with the bomb. Now you didn't want, no outs and bases loaded. That one lined out. They got the one play. They got the double play. And so all of a sudden, the American League gets 2 outs. Huge play by Semien, who made the rough error. What a top of the third. This has had a lot of storylines. The error, then the bomb that made it 3-0, but then back and forth. Semien and Henderson get a double play. And this one fouled out Contreras. This is fast baseball right now. Fast baseball. Will in the second, 0 for 1. He had a ground out in the first. 2 outs. But the National League has poured it open. Hewitt will ready himself for the 13th pitch. That a splitter, swing and a miss. Contreras, and Hewitt is a strike away from getting himself out of a terrible spot. But it has been just the inning of dreams so far for the National League. That one gets away from the catcher, but there's nobody on base, so it doesn't matter because of the double play. The only way it would matter is if, Contreras went. And Contreras swings and misses, and that is the end of the top of the third. But what a top of the third if you're the National League. You get 2 bases because of an error, and then Shohei goes yard. 3-0. Good guys.
Can I play?
Oh, sorry about that. What a... So it has been a lot of fun here. Okay, so let's go to baseball standings again. So we weren't able to finish that. But it would be the Mets would play Milwaukee, just you guys wondering, and Atlanta would host St. Louis. It's the American League. Let's go to the American League. What are the standings? With the best record in the American League on the slimmest of margins, just because they have one less loss, are the Cleveland Guardians. And second are the Baltimore Orioles. And third, because of a division win, are the Seattle Mariners. And then the New York Yankees are fourth, but they're only fourth because they have 2 more losses than the Baltimore Orioles. 1 game behind them in the standings. They'd be fourth.
Take control of your health by boosting your force field, the immune system,
Then fifth is the Minnesota Twins. They would host the Minnesota Twins. And then the final wild card spot, just edging out the Kansas City Royals, so far belongs to the Boston Red Sox, who have really shocked a lot of people. Also edging out Houston, who has also kind of found some heat. And so the Boston Red Sox, if the playoffs were to start today, they would travel to Seattle to play the Mariners, and the Yankees would host the Twins. The Orioles and the Guardians would get byes. But we're back in Arlington. Gonna be pitching. Let's see who. It is Semien, and that... Or there's Webb, actually. Logan Webb, Semien batting. And a low ball for Logan Webb, 1-0. This one taken low and a sinker. It's 2-0. But Logan Webb from the San Francisco Giants pitching right now. 3-0 National League. Swung foul. It's 2-1. Semien right up the gap to right field. It'll be taken for a base hit. He'll go to first. And now this could be an opportunity for the American League. Down by 3. But a nice line out for Semien. So they're interviewing Skeens, but when we have a chance, we'll see who is batting right now. I don't see the order. That one low by Webb.
It's cool. Cool to face off against them back to back. They're tough for sure. Soto was a tough at bat, and Judge, kind of went after him and got him for a little bit.
We'll count this one outside. It's 2-0. Working on Quan. He's 0 for 1.
Them being teammates and facing back to back.
Your emotions coming in. Nervous, excited,
No outs. 2-0 count. Runner on first. That's Semien, the hometown player. That'll go to the outside. I believe they called that a ball. But they cut right to Skeens, so I'm not sure. Yes, it is a ball. 3-0. This low, he just threw 4 straight balls. Not what you want from Logan Webb. There's a runner on first and second now. And the tying run is at the plate with no outs.
that's a great sign because it's not that easy to pitch in your first All-Star game, especially as a rookie. Man, it's going to be fun to watch him throughout the year. First rookie to start the All-Star game in almost 30 years. Got to go back to Hideo Nomo when the last game played here in Arlington in 1995. The last rookie to start the All-Star game. To strike out,
Webb a strike on Henderson.
Henderson takes it on the outside corner. Well, Webb, no pun intended, is
Gunnar Henderson,
a tough jam right now.
who can really hit it, but he had a ground out earlier. Second, that one a sweeper, which you don't see as much. But it'll be a ball for a 1-1 count. This would be huge to get out Gunnar Henderson here. Keep this 3-0 lead. Henderson lines it out to the first base line. And they got one out, but the runners do advance to second and third. As again, that was driven right by the first base line. Beautiful play by Bryce Harper. And to just get to the bag and get that number 1 out, yeah, the runners advance, but you did what you had to do. Swing up the middle. That'll be a base hit. At least 1 run will score. Semien has scored. 2 runs score. And Soto gets both in. He is to second. A RBI double, which sent 2 American League players home. And it is a 1-run game. Juan Soto can hammer the baseball. And it just shoots up the gap. He's not a power hitter, but he can hit it into space, which is what the Yankees have seen all year long. That one low for a sinker. And it's a 1-run game. Remember, the National League won by this exact score last year in Seattle. Juan Soto's 409 average leads Major League Baseball. 1-1 count. One out. That one low taken. It's 2-1 count. .34 home runs for Aaron Judge. 29 for Shohei Ohtani. His home run tonight will not count. And Judge will just look this on. A home run here would give the American League the lead. It's a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. Webb got Judge to swing. Great play. And Judge is first in every batting category in Major League Baseball. Home run, OPS, slugging, OBP, XPH, and RBI. Judge hits this one to the third base. The throw is on time, 2 away. And the second base, Soto, could not advance. Ball very close to the strike zone. David Fry, the pinch hitter for Cleveland, well, from Cleveland, for the American League. Swing and a miss. Fry tried to rip that out of the air, could not get to it. 2 outs. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss again. A low cutter that Fry tried to reach. And Webb is a strike away from getting himself out of a jam. He already let 2 runs score. Here's the pitch high. We're back to a 2-2. Webb outside. It's a full count. This is huge. Fry walks. You have a runner on first and second. And the tying run, which already is at second, but the go-ahead run would be at first base. This is going to be a base hit. Will Soto go home in time? Yes, he will. We're tied. 2 outs, and there is a man at first. As Fry sent home Soto. The throw to home was very close. Not close to ending the inning, still up, but now we are tied at 3. So, I had that great top of the third, and now they're having a mammoth bottom of the third. As this All-Star game is tied at 3. Yeah, that throw! Just a little too late. That comes in 2 seconds early. We're out of this inning. So now the go-ahead run is at first base for the American League. They're advertising the NFL. I'll let you guys know that what we're probably going to do, I don't know about primetime games, but on Sunday, what we're likely going to do is, I have Red Zone. We're likely going to do a Red Zone live stream where I watch all the Red Zone games and live broadcast them out. Simulcast, favoritized broadcast those games that include the New York Giants, the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions, the New Orleans Saints, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's only 3 NFC teams for those NFC fans to look out for. Detroit, New Orleans, and the New York Giants. But we're not in football yet. Preseason game, Hall of Fame game, which I may broadcast, does not start till August 1st. Although that's a couple weeks away. That is in about 14 days, about 2 weeks. Oh my God, 2 weeks. Yeah, I got to. Yeah, it's about 2 weeks from today. The Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. As that pitch low, sweeper. Bottom of the third, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Webb once again is a strike away. But what can he do on Ramirez? Pitch is outside, full count. This is what he did last time, and he got burned. Fry burned him and sent Soto home to tie the game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Webb got him, but not before he gave up 3 runs. We go into the inning not losing, but not winning. Going to the top of the 4th. We're all knotted up at 3.
There's nothing harder.
That thing from a tree. More nightmare material. When the sawdust
All right.
the thing you care about most is the job well done.
So let's see. Who could they pitch? Go to the American League. Let's look on their starting pitchers if they're not going to go to a reliever. Well, they've gone with Burns. They've gone with Hewick and Skubal. So they could go with either of the Royals, Lugo, Reagans, Crotchet, or Anderson. I believe that we will see Seth Lugo, the former Met. And we will look at our pitchers later as well. Once we get to that part, once we get to the bottom of the fourth.
Use Dove Men Body Wash with its 24-hour nourishing micro moisture. Enjoy healthier, smoother feeling skin all day with Dove Men Body Wash.
So I guess you probably put in the relief pitchers around the 8th inning if you want every starter to pitch an inning.
You know geography isn't learned, it's lived. You know your companion certificate allows for the ultimate show and tell. You know the best memories use all 5 senses and can get you posted a medallion status.
Okay. So we'll look for that in a second.
Platinum American Express card. Class is always in session. If you travel, you know.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Well, side of 3 in the fourth, we get to listen in to Christian Yelich to see several innings here at Crochet.
Again?
It is Crochet pitching.
Hard-throwing left-handers he had to face in the All-Star game. And this guy can run it up there.
So Crochet, real quickly, let me give you the deal on him, where he is from. I believe he's from the White Sox. Yeah, they've had a tough season. And this is a guy that, you know, would probably, you'd have to give a king's ransom to get this guy, but there's probably some team that would. It's a 1-2 count. Working on Christian Yelich. Crochet high on the 4-seam fastball. 2-2. And that is right to third base. An easy throw to first. 1 away. Christian just tried to rip that to that third base side. Opposite side of the field, but easily fielded. Crochet's only had 6 pitches so far and 1 out now. That gapped up into the grass. It'll be a base hit. Huge play by Bo. Malik slammed it right through the grass. Hernandez will be up. This one low. And 1-0 for Hernandez. Jesgar had a fly out. See what he can do here. Go ahead run is at first. Go. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch by Crochet, fouled off to the left by Hernandez. And it's a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Crochet got Jesgar to strike out, and that's 2 away for the American League. Well, for the second time, we're going to see Jurickson. Jurickson, remember, had that single, which prompted the error and the missile by Shohei in the top of the third. He's 1 for 1 and takes a ball for 1-0 count. Fouled out by Jurickson. One to Jurickson. High. It's a 2-1 count. There's Pete Alonso. See if he ends up playing in this game. Pete made the All-Star with the Mets. So the Mets are in a playoff spot, but can we hold it going into the second stretch of the season? 2-2 count. 2 outs. This is a huge pitch for Jurickson Profar right now. It's the pitch. Jurickson fouls this out to the right side. So it stays 2-2 count. Two count. Jurickson right back out to their shortstop. The throw is on time. Henderson made a cannon of a throw. And we are going to the bottom of the fourth. Still tied at 3. See who's pitches for us. We'll be back. All right. Let's look.
14 times on the LPGA Tour. Since when is one enough for you? That is true. Get your head out of the sand truck, switch to T-Mobile, and get 4 iPhone 15s on them. And 4 lines for just $25 a line. And you can save on every plan for something other big guy.
Swing big at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us. 4 lines for $25 a line.
4? The stories I told you are real. It's time. Right. Like Dr. Pepper's strawberries and grape.
Give me 1 second. I want to look at that. What we were just talking about.
Let's review. We're not going to talk about traffic or weather. Anyone brings a lawn care, I will handle it.
Also, it can be extremely difficult for young homeowners turning into their parents.
gets ugly. You can either take it off, or I'll take it off. Yeah.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming a parent. Can protect your own auto when you auto with us. This is a customer full of browsers who aren't buying. With MailChimp, marketers can target these browsers using real-time behavior data to personalize product recommendations and discount offers. Turn browsers into buyers with Intuit MailChimp.
The 3 for Me only a tune is now available with the all-new Big Smasher burger. Or you can settle for a drive-thru. Plus get fries, a drink, and bottomless chips and salsa for just $10.99. See you later, Tiny Drive-Thru Burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can get.
Okay. We are back, and I did not have time to predict who the batter would be. The pitcher would be. It's going to be a kid from the Cubs. Imanaga. This one is outside.
Debut, it couldn't do ask any more from the left-hander. He has the ability to keep the ball down.
Pitched by Shota Imanaga.
Thinks, oh, it's going to keep going down. Holds it clean. And he throws a lot of them. A lot of his strikeouts that are looking are down, but he also has an arm.
After this pitcher, we still have Hunter Green from Cincinnati, Reynaldo Lopez from Atlanta, and Christopher Sanchez from Philadelphia. If we want to go to any of them for the fifth inning, or go right into relievers.
So much talk really about the second half's going to be with the Blue Jays and maybe even Guerrero Jr. They have had so much expected.
1-2 count. Guerrero flipped his bat, trying to just swing at it. He lost it. It's kind of been the season for Toronto. I mean, they've really struggled. Last in a division where 3 teams currently are in playoff spots, 2 of which have almost 60 wins. And Tampa Bay has also been very close to a playoff spot as well, and they've just not been able to sniff any ground. Right up the middle, but an easy throw from Trey to get that to the first base side. Guerrero tried to blast that ball right up the hole and was unable to do so. That's 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Rutschman missing that low pitch from Imanaga. Adley Rutschman, the catcher for the young Baltimore Orioles, who are posting the 3rd best record in baseball, only behind the Philadelphia Phillies and the Cleveland Guardians. Swinging a high riser foul. And just like that, it's 0-2. Rutschman popped up to right field. Foul. He's been trying to work Imanaga. 0-2 count now still because of the foul. This low, it's 1-2. Oh, no, they got him. They got him. It was low, and the majority of the American League fans in uproar. I thought that was a ball. Check swing, low under the hands, and that'll be strike 3. And that's 2-way. Great, great pitch, though. Fantastic pitch by Shota. Shota low for ball 1. Now working on Semien, who has had a very good day offensively, but has struggled defensively in his home ballpark. That one fouled up by Semien 1-1. That one swung to the outside for another foul. For a foul ball. They're looking at, the ALS. The Rangers are right there for the wild card, but a little bit out, and the Astros they're on the precipice. Right behind Kansas City, who is right behind Boston, and Boston holds the final wild card spot. Like, to make it make sense, Houston is 8th in the American League. Kansas City being 7th, and of course Boston 6th, as that is low by Imanaga, and just like that, it's a 2-2 count. Full count. 15th pitch coming for Shoha. He had a single, he had a run, he's been one of the best offensive players for the American League. This driven into right field, making the catch! And the inning is over! What a play! What a great play by Jurickson Profar in left field, who jumped up to make the catch on a ball that looked like it was going to be a base hit and could have advanced. Wow, we go to the top of the 5th. Still knotted up at 3 apiece.
No eyebrows? Think how light it'll feel this summer. Gotta run 11,000 more neighborhoods to go. Homes.com. Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
Watch the fresh morning prep. The sizzling bacon.
Tomatoes.
The popping fresh lettuce. My lease says I get free stuff. Freshly prepped every morning. Secure as you bikes today.
Block from watching the big match. Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Make sure you always have the twins. It's so precious.
Oh, let me see. This is the group chat. Oh, okay. That's weird. I don't see it. You started a family chat without me? Shame!
It's not you. It's your new phone. Blurry photos, weird likes.
If your group has different phones,
Just use WhatsApp. Seamless and private.
This is fun. I still can't believe you cut me out.
Look, we did cut you from here. Never from here.
That's a great show. Sorry that I'm reacting to everything.
Maria and Julio thought that life would never slow down. Then, one day, it finally did. You were made to find inner peace. We were made to track flight prices to paradise.
Under our roof, you're free to dream big.
slices it right in front of you. You can't fake that. You can fake my outfit. You can fake these punches. You just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Oh, there we go.
Top of the fifth inning, and
Top
it's
of the 5th here.
National League.
This one is swung to left field. Yep. He just makes the catch. Just like that. And Shohei comes in. It is Miller pitching. They going to relief already? Yeah, they're going relief. This American League is going right to relief. Mason Miller from the Oakland Athletics. And that one lined, though, for the first out as Shohei Ohtani is coming. Two guys that have played the majority, well, their entire career in the state of California. Shohei Ohtani with the Anaheim Angels and Los Angeles Dodgers. And Mason Miller with the Oakland Athletics. 0-1 count. Miller way outside. 1-1.
Debuted last season as a starter. He missed a lot of the year with an elbow sprain, so he comes back this year. First year as the closer. He's been down.
That was Quan that made the catch initially. It's a 1-2 count. Already have one out. Big pitch here for Miller. Swing and a miss by Shohei. He strikes it out. Well, Miller struck out Ohtani with a nasty fastball. Low. That's a great pitch. I'll just be honest. You got to be honest. That's a nasty pitch. Oh, Shohei just that close to ripping it out. But at the same time, the angle was never going to be there. And they've already got 2 outs in the top of the 5th in quick succession. Low four-seam fastball for ball 1. For Mason Miller, a guy that's on the top of everybody's list at the trade deadline. Since Oakland seems to be selling a lot of their pieces. Turner swing and a miss. And it's a 1-1 count for Trey. He had a single in the 3rd. If you remember, that was that whole scoring. Way outside for ball 2. 2-1 count. See what Turner can do here. 2 outs, nobody's on. 2-1 count, swing and a miss. And Mason Miller is a strike away from getting to the bottom of the 5th. And we will see if we out as they put in some substitutes. Duran, Green, and Santander are in, replacing Judge, Soto, and Quan. 3-2 pitch. Turner fouls it. Fouled another fastball. See, Mason Miller loves that fastball. And he's thrown it a lot. Just Trey has not really seen a pitch that he likes. See how long that takes. That high, but they call strike 3, and that's the end of the inning. Mason Miller got Trey Turner looking, and we're going to the bottom of the 5th. We're still squared up at 3. They put in their reliever from Oakland, throwing heat. See what we can do defensively. Going to the bottom of 5.
Even Yankees fans are loving Boston.
Oh, no.
We're just keeping tabs on our rivals.
While enjoying your hotel's view of the harbor.
Is that what that is?
And their well-reviewed clamshell.
That's all they have.
Yeah.
And are those your kids dressed as Boston lobstermen?
Not our kids.
Hun.
With millions of possibilities, you can be a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Sis? Is this dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food. It's fresh pet. Real meat, real veggies.
Seems like a lot of space to waste on a dog.
do you sleep at night? On a mattress from Mattress Firm. So I sleep.
It's Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Get a king for a queen price. Save up to $700 on Sealy and get a free adjustable base. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
Geico can help when you get a flat tire with their easy app and 24/7 help. Get it right now.
Is the GPS playing a cha-cha song? Monkey's out of direction right now.
So we are in the getting to the bottom of the fifth.
You got Pepto predicaments. Did it on the loaded fries. Now your gut is in the gutter. Undo it with Pepto Fast Cuts. So you can keep on rolling. I mean, you don't feel it. Undo it with Pepto Bismol.
Carter Green, the former Prep phenom, is the second overall pick in 2017 after Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame, and Los Angeles. Makes it to the majors at the age of 22. Here in his third season, John, it's all kind of starting to come together for him. Of course, recovering from Tommy John. And he was the first going to be two-way superstar. If you think about what he was doing when he got drafted, the Reds kind of stopped and getting playing shortstop.
It is Riley Green at bat here for Detroit. And the other Green, who is not at all related to him, I don't believe, for us, which is Hunter Green. And this one is hit by Riley Green to the wall and an easy catch. And one out. Tesker Hernandez makes the catch. That's pitch outside by Green. Talking to Miller right now.
Congratulations, thank you, Mason. You got the key to schemes in the first inning, and Mason Miller throwing heat of his own there. And Corey Seager hit the great hand. The Texas Ranger World Series MVPs up there pitch hitting for Gunnar Henderson. Green 2-1.
And that ball went for a 2-1 count.
All 3 years he's been in Texas. First Texas position player that's gone to 3 consecutive All-Star games since Josh Hamilton. 2-2 on Seager.
Swing outside. Foul. It's 2-2 count. One out. Nobody on base.
About 100-1 based on the fact that he loves to swing and he gets going.
You're in on Corey Seager.
He's been a great hitting shortstop.
Green the pitch. And that goes way into the upper deck, but it is foul, so we're still tied. So as high as that ball went, it doesn't matter since it did not hit the foul pole or go the other way. If it did, we would have been in a world of hurt. This one is far. This one is deep. And this one is caught at the wall. Caught at the wall. Guess who again? Teoscar Hernandez with a second catch at the warning track. And we're 2 away. Corey Seager, after hitting a giant foul shot, moons this one. And Teoscar Hernandez with another great catch to get 2 outs. And I think there's going to be a chuckle when the Reds next play the Dodgers between those two. Swing and a miss as Santander could not get any contact. Also interesting, the National Leaguers we have not gone out our relievers. We have not substituted any of our players yet. As this is lined, it will be a base hit on the first base line. We'll stop at first base, Santander, and that is where the go-ahead run is. right up the middle of the pitch. Inside for strike one.
And then what? 3 rounds of the postseason. So that fifth one is when 2 teams represent the World Series.
This a high fly ball out to right field. This time Hernandez will make no catch. 4-3 American League. It is Duran going yard. And he comes from the Boston Red Sox. And Jarren Duran absolutely lasers this ball into right field. And the American League have a 5-3 lead. Excuse me, not a 4-3 lead. A 5-3 lead because there was already a runner on, and they have and we're going to have to come back in the 6th inning with some offense. This swung a pop-up, and Turner will get it. Trey will send us to the top of the 6th, but Jarren Duran blasts one into the upper deck, and the American League have their first lead, a 2-run lead, 5-3.
I beat cancer once, and now that it's back, I'm going to beat it again. When I tried to staff this project, I wanted people who either have or had cancer or took care of somebody with cancer who had that empathy.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
They found polyps, and one was positive for precancerous.
Even the fact that I'm here at the shoot right now, on a day that I had chemo, and I have chemo running through my body at this very moment, is a lot.
It just elevates how you work, why you want to work on it, and it just feels good.
It means the world to be here. I have the support of MasterCard, and I'm so happy to be a part of this.
You find everything you needed?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, who were you tapping for today?
Yeah, Market, I guess.
No, when you tap your MasterCard, you help support Stand Up to Cancer. So, who are you tapping for?
We all have someone that comes to mind when we think of cancer. What's it cancer?
My sister. She's a part of it.
When you tap or order online, participate in grocery stores and restaurants. MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer. Standing up for the people we love, priceless. Share who you stand up for.
We are back.
And in unison with fans and supporters watching at home, we deliver a powerful message as we join our partners
Here for the top of the 6th. But before they do that,
Major League Baseball, together with our fans, players, coaches, and
the PA announcer here is
to defeat this disease for our friends.
going to herald in something I call I Stand Up for Cancer. And, that's incredibly important. Of course, don't have to give any reason why. Everybody knows how important that is. So beautiful, beautiful what they're doing here. Continuing to show montage of everyone here. Just a beautiful, beautiful moment here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. With the help of millions of cardholders, MasterCard has donated over $70 million to stand up to cancer since 2010. Let's go to Kevin Burkhardt, who's with CC Sabathia, for more on what MasterCard is doing in the fight against cancer. Joe, thanks so much, CC. I know you've been affected by cancer personally. When you look around the stadium tonight, seeing everyone standing up to cancer, what does that mean to you?
Special. Like I said, it's something that I've done for my family, and to see everybody here supporting this great cause, it feels good.
What do people around the world doing right now to raise more awareness and try to help defeat this disease?
I feel like this year when so much struggling was just a moment out on the field. So many people sharing their stories.
You hear those watching, you hear the voice of CC Sabathia, a great pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, Chicago White Sox, and the New York Yankees, of course, won a championship with New York. And
What does that mean to you?
It means so much, and I'm excited to see my dad's game in life, so I'm excited for the Joe Show.
See, it was a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
There we go. So, well done moment here in Arlington, standing up to cancer around the world. More of the All-Star game to come here from Texas, as we will take you to the sixth inning when we return.
so they're going to go to a break. We're going to go to a break while they do all that, because that was the Stand Up for Cancer news. So top of the sixth, we'll get to that.
When you tap your MasterCard, you have to press Stand Up to Cancer. So, who are you tapping for?
We all have someone that comes to mind when you think of cancer. It's also cancer. When you tap your order online, participating in grocery stores and restaurants, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. Standing up for the people we love, priceless. Share who you stand up for.
See the ball, grab the ball.
Right now, way into the sixth inning here in Arlington, Texas. 5-3. The American League has scored 5 unanswered since Otani's home run. Kevin Durant's home run, the difference in this game. And Cole Reagans comes on the pitch. Last time Cole Reagans pitched you.
So Reagans is going to pitch for the American League from Kansas City.
Here last summer and makes his return to Texas as an all-star starter with a 2.96 ERA. Is here in Kansas City. Delivers ball off to Bryce Harper. Now another lefty with a good arm. Curveball slider. He's got the cutter.
Pitched by Reagans. Cutter for a ball. It's 2-0. Working on Harper with the catcher Salvador Perez, who is his catcher with Kansas City. There's a young Royals team, which seems to be back on their way up. Harper field. It is going to be caught for an out. Bryce that close to getting us within one. One away. Here's Smith. One high. 0-1 count. This is the second All-Star appearance for William Smith. Smith hits one to right field, foul anyway, and it's 0-2. Pitch outside. It's a 1-2 count now. Reagans. And I just wanted to see one thing. See if Cole Reagans is a starter or a bullpen player. Because it would be weird if they put in another starter after their bullpen. They did. They put in a starter after they went with one of their bullpen guys, Cole Reagans. So they still have Seth Lugo, as well as Tyler Anderson. This one hit to second base and way missed the throw. Airmailed over the first base line. Bobby Witt got the hit right off of his pitcher and tried to throw it to the first base side and missed it. So there's a man on first. And now Freddie Freeman, with his first at-bat, yet another LA Dodger, has a chance to tie the game. Swung and missed on the first pitch by Reagans. Freddie lines one out. They get the one play at second base and the second play at first. No, Freddie is safe. Freddie is safe at first, so no double play. They do get 2 outs, though, and eliminate the runner at second, which is a lot more pedestrian for us. And so Freddie will stay at the bag. His foot was never on the plate. And he just dragged the bag. Now, are they looking to see if he hit the foot and not the bag? Yeah, I don't know there. That's tough. I'm hoping this stands. The foot's not on the bag, but then he steps on the foot. Now, does Freddie ever hit the bag? I don't think Freddie ever hit the bag. I hope this stands. We hope this stands, but Freddie hits the foot of Nalon. And then eventually Nalon puts his foot on the bag. So we'll see what the call is here. The American League is challenging it, and if they get the ruling correct, it's a double play and the inning's over. But if it's a tie, it goes to the runner. But that's not a tie because he hits the bag afterwards. But again, I'm hoping that this doesn't. Yep, he's out. That's a tough one. Because he never knew where the bag was. He hit the foot, but he never hit the bag. And eventually, Waylands hits the bag. This would be a lot of a tenser situation if this was a regular season game, not an all-star game. But that's the top of the fifth. It's over. The top of the sixth, it's over. We're going to the bottom of the sixth, down by 2. Don't change a thing. Oh, that's a good song. They're playing.
Design a training program so that I can run marathons.
Summarize this. What's a recipe using what I have in my fridge?
It starts with an empty pot and the most advanced AI at your fingertips.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Parents favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
Don't worry, Luke gets to enjoy this.
Seriously, I'm on the green, and all I can think about is all the green I'm spending on free kids and dollars.
Within power, I get all my financial questions answered, so I'm happy.
So,
What's next?
You know this is a fast one. Bloody, I know that when the home pitcher throws a 98-mile-per-hour heater with a 13-inch drop, there's a 24.7% chance to hit her swing
Let's do a quick WNBA and CFL check for you guys. Okay, so in the games today in the WNBA, 3 games have already gone final. One does not start. One is about to start. Phoenix beat hapless DC 96-87. Seattle beat Los Angeles by 6, 89-83. And in a battle of the best teams in the league, New York bested Connecticut by 8. And then tonight, one of the better young teams, Chicago, is traveling to play the defending champions, as this is an easy in cut and throw to first base to Freddie for the first out. The quick standings here. At 21-4, New York is the best record. They'll be the number 1 seed. Remember, they don't go by conferences, but I like to look at conferences. As this one ripped to the first base line, Freddie scoops it up and out to first base. Sanchez. And 2 guys that know the NL East well getting that to the first bag, and 1 out away from getting to the top of the 7th. But yeah, number 1 is New York. Then the 2 seed at 18-6 is Connecticut. Then look how Vegas has gone to the 3 spot. They have gone to the 3 seed after really fuddling. And they are getting closer to, second, even possibly challenging New York for the best record. And they're going to substitute Lopez in, so they go to break, still in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. But Vegas, as we said, in third, right behind them. They have only 1 less loss, which is why this game is huge against Seattle. Is Minnesota and the 4 spot. They will host Seattle. So yeah, that's the big thing with Seattle, because Seattle at 17-8, they get to 18-8. They would leapfrog. That's fine. With Seattle, the way things are, if Seattle beats Vegas, at 18-8, they would leapfrog both Minnesota and Vegas and get to the 3 spot. Actually, that game is really big. But Seattle right now is at 5, but they could go to. They can't go any lower than 5 today, but they would jump. They could jump to 3 with a win. So that's the deal there. Vegas would go to 4. Minnesota would go to 5 with a loss. Vegas would stay at 3. Would be right outside 2 with a win. Seattle, I said, was 5. Then Phoenix, 6. I'm just trying to remember if there's 7 teams that get in or 8. I always forget. Look real quick. Right, it's 8. Indiana at 7, and then Chicago out at 8, which is why. As that fouled off. I actually got it wrong. It was Chicago playing Vegas, so I wanted to just look it out again as that is struck out. And that is the end of the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. 5-3 American League. Right, because Seattle already won. So, yeah, I just wanted to look at it one more time.
You auto-track business income and expenses with QuickBooks. You pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with market-leading APY. Get the full picture of your business on one platform. Intuit QuickBooks.
Right, so a loss by Vegas puts them at 4, drops Minnesota to 5, and bumps with the extra win, bumps Seattle to 4. Can you re-edit your? No, I know you've been asking about it. Thank you, Logan. I don't know because I have a ton of edits. I've been working on NFL edits. Have you noticed? I actually have. Once I'm done with all the football and hockey stuff, I actually have MLS stuff to do that I'm working on. I'm going to do, I think, a little bit of CFL stuff as well. And then I have regular season, game-winning goals, shootout, overtime, as well as game-winning touchdowns that I want to work week by week, and I have to, keep them and, put them in a file and keep working on them and then eventually upload them when the season ends. It's like a ongoing project for months. So I may not have time to re-edit that. If I do, I may. I know it's a little annoying, but I'll see. But I've got a lot of projects I'm working on. I have a ton of different things, as you've probably noticed. But I appreciate it. Yeah, we just wanted to list it again. So Minnesota would jump up to 3, Vegas down to 4 with a loss, and Minnesota down to 5, all with Vegas losing. So Seattle wouldn't even have to do anything because of their prior win. That would also it would not move Chicago up by 8 because they would still have one less win than Indiana. So a win helps Chicago distance themselves from Atlanta and puts them in a better position to climb up to Indiana and, maybe even get to Phoenix. But it doesn't, it's not huge as much of a big deal. But that's what a win does. So it puts them in better position. It puts less ground between them and Indiana, puts more ground between them and Atlanta, and it would at the same time also switch up a lot of the positioning. Now, a Vegas win would kind of like Chicago winning. That would not put them. They're currently in 3. That would not put them at 2. It would not drop them down to 4 or 5, but it would distance themselves between Minnesota and Seattle, as that is a pitch outside for 1-0, and it would close serious ground between them and Connecticut. So in a battle for home court in the WNBA, that's why that game is big, and we'll monitor that game. When we have a break, I'll go to the CFL. Ellie De La Cruz pitching for us, batting for us now. 1-1 count. That'll be outside. 2-1 count. A couple of young stars for the Cincinnati Reds team. Ellie grounds that foul. 2-2 count. He's had 46 stolen bases, which is 2 more than the Detroit Tigers team. Unbelievable. De La Cruz loops this one. Base hit. Close to the wall. And De La Cruz was thinking 2. He'll stay at 1. But watch that speed demon see if he could get to the second base line, as there are a couple of Reds fans here in Arlington that love what Ella de la Cruz can do. This lined and caught. A big hit there. Well, big contact there. But Green was able to get it, as you can see. Lugo had the pitch lined up. A fastball capped right to the sliding Green, who was not expecting, I don't think, that ball to get there, but made a very good decision to get the first out for the American League. And a base hit. So a man on first and second. The go-ahead run is at the plate. The tying run is at first base. Ryan McMahon at bat. Plays for Colorado. This is high, but a strike. A 1 count. McMahon was quite good against my Mets the other day. Here's the pitch inside for strike 2. So he took 2 strikes, and this is, speaking of the Met connection, this is Seth Lugo. That's low. It bounces off the dirt. I was looking to see if De La Cruz wanted to run. He did not. He did not go. 1-2 count to McMahon. Lugo readies the pitch. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. And he strikes out McMahon. 2 away for the American League. And with 1 more out, they will be 6 outs away, right now 7, from winning the 2024 All-Star Game. Marcell Ozuna from Atlanta. Outside, ball 1. And line to the shortstop side. Perfect throw to first base. That ends the inning. And the American League are 6 outs away from victory. They still lead 5-3. Have not been able to score on them. Got to play some defense and pitch. We're going to the 7th inning stretch right now.
new crop feaster. And the best, most satisfying summer noodles.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm the 7th. We are not doing any games after this. Just, once the All-Star game's done, I'm done. Getting kind of tired, too. Now, I wonder if they're going to do anything for the 7th inning stretch into the All-Star game and then go right back afterwards. It's very possible. Take a quick look at the game going on right now. Chicago is steamrolling Vegas right now. It'll be very interesting to see. Seattle's got to be super excited about that. Okay, so let's look at the CFL standings. Are there any CFL scores? I've been wanting to actually do some broadcast some CFL games.
Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases like live streaming.
So, how the playoffs work, of course, is that, the 1 seed makes the playoffs. And then the 2-3 battle each other to face the 1 seed in the conference final. So my team, the defending champs, have 10 points. They are on top of the East right now. Toronto's in 2, 4 points behind them, and Ottawa at 6. Hamilton is 0-5. They've really struggled. My second favorite team, there we go, on top of the West, BC, the BC Lions, with 10 points, right ahead of Saskatchewan, and then Calgary with 4 points right behind them, just ahead of Winnipeg. Let's see, the next games are Week 7. Will not start till Friday. There are 2 games. Edmonton playing Ottawa. So Edmonton has really struggled, and obviously Ottawa has not been. Ottawa could kind of gain some ground in Toronto, so that'll be a really big game for Ottawa. Winnipeg playing Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan struggled. Winnipeg's trying to get into a playoff position as this is a low pitch. On Saturday, Toronto playing Hamilton. Toronto trying to get right into the position of first place with Montreal. Toronto's seen as probably the Toronto's second best team in the league. They're seen as the third best team in the league. They're seen as an absolute title contender who lost in the Eastern Conference Final last year. And Hamilton is just, they haven't won a game, as it's a 1-1 count right now. And BC's playing Calgary, so Calgary, their deal is they could kind of punch into the competition out there in the West, as he struck them out, 1 out. And BC's thing is they're trying to do 2 things. Get away from the, extend their points, get some distance on some of the competitors in the West, and also make some room so if they get to the Grey Cup, they would have home field. Swing and miss Suarez with the sinker, 100-mile-per-hour one, has just been blasted. 1 out, 0-1 count, bottom of the 7th. American League by 2. Green. Suarez inside. And it's an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. It's a nice strikeout for the National League. We're getting it going. Hearing, Big Papi Ortiz talking and, joking around with the players, and also as a fellow Latino, hearing him speak some Spanish with the Dominican brethren it's a beautiful thing. It's really great. It's what this game's all about. 2 outs. There's a meeting at the mound. You say, let's get out. Let's get out of this jam. Let's get out of this jam. Let's bring up our offense. And we have a pitching change. 1 out away from getting to the 8th. 5-3 American League. Let's look at some of the stats. Vernon Adams, 2,203 yards. Vernie's been unbelievable for the Lions.
Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection of Vabysmo or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There's an upcoming risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects are cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
With Chevy Equinox EV, you can wake up every day with a full charge. Your crew can have a roomy, no-compromise interior. And starting around $34,995, you and your money can go further in America's most affordable EV with over 315 miles of range. Equinox EV, a vehicle you know, value you expect.
Okay. Here we go.
EV without changing a thing. Chevrolet, together let's drive. This summer, snacking.
Over 2 hours so far in this game. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double.
I'd taken a while in that first quarter out there in
1,300 airport lounges.
Sin City, man. Ooh, that is. Taking some time, but from what I saw, it was at least a 10-point lead. 123 left. Vegas just called a timeout. They trail by 12 to Chicago. Another Philly Strom. Matt Strom with a nice pitch. He playing in his first All-Star game. His first ever selection to the All-Star team. 0-1 count. Here's Max. Swing and it's fouled up, and Mad Max is a strike away from getting us out of the inning. Here pitching out to Bobby Witt Jr. Fouled out. Oh, 2 count. Swing and a miss. He got him. Another great performance from one of the Philadelphia Phillies. The National League getting it going. They're out of the inning. American League still lead by 2. We're going to the top of the 8th. Got to get some runs. So, top of the 8th. American League is still 6 outs away from winning the 2024 All-Star Game. Remember, we won last year 3-2 over the American League. Of course, the National League simulcast. Oh, man. Stretch it a little bit.
Intuit Credit Karma.
Now, I wonder where.
In more ways than one. The first ever 409 horsepower Genesis GV80 coupe.
I wonder where the All-Star game is next year, and I'm going to find out.
Welcome to Truck Time. I'm not so pretty, just told that. It's amazing watermelon and pineapple soiree all summer long. Mocktail hour in the morning. You're on Truck Time now.
Baseball is a sport, pero la verdad es que para nosotros el béisbol es otra cosa. El béisbol es un corrido, un cantón y un reggaetón prendido. Es un placata y un plátano. Eso es otra cosa. It's the Plátano Power and the Arepa Power. It's a familiar name and juniors who dare to dream big. El béisbol es otra cosa.
So it's been Atlanta next year. So I'll be the home team. We've been the road team the last 2 years, and it'll be in Drury's Park in Atlanta. Kirby Yates in his home ballpark for the Texas Rangers. This one is inside for strike one. C.J. Abrams from the Washington Nationals, now the new home of former Morris Knowles Golden Eagle Luke Dickerson. Pitch low. That's an 0-2 count. Yates in his third season has been very good for Washington. He swings and misses, and another strikeout.
What's an MLB trivia? Just ask Siri. What's the longest home run in MLB history?
And now they are 5 outs away. It is now Ramos, who hails from San Francisco, plays for the Giants. 1 out. Yates the pitch, swing and a miss. Yates is dealing right now, and now they got their pitchers throwing heat, which now down by 2, not what you want. And remember, this was all started by the Yankees' Juan Soto. He started this whole thing the way that he's been able to hit the baseball. This low off the catcher equipment, 1-1 for a ball. Helio Ramos, who has 17 multi-hit games, which is the most in Major League Baseball. The pitch to Helio. He got contact on that, whipped it right but foul. And it's a 1-2 count. Helio down to his final strike. Non-foul. Yates, swing and a miss. He got him. 4-seam fastball got Helio swinging, and now they're 4 outs away from victory. Again, Yates' fastballs have just had rocket speed. They've really been efficient. Unbelievably efficient. Yates way outside for ball 1. Working on Will Smith. Will Smith, his second at-bat. 15 home runs, 35 ribbies for Will. Way outside, close to his leg. No batter has been hit, which is good. There was that whole brouhaha out at Camden Yards a couple of days ago in that series between the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees. Yates the pitch, swung on hard by Will Smith, out to the third baseman, who makes a perfect throw to the first base side, and that ends the inning. And now the American League will not only get to bat, but they are 3 outs away from winning the 2024 All-Star Game. We'll be back in Arlington. Bottom of the 8th. Got to get back at the plate.
They're here. Hang in there, rookie. Yeah, even easier than that. With no fees and minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking where you imagine. What's in your wallet? This is it. One play. This is where we find it. Good question. It's about math efficiency, but we say it's good, fair, satisfactory. Like a percentage you get to gas. Understood.
Great student-teacher ratio.
We bring you the real in-depth school info. What were you thinking? I don't know. Home.com.
Teacher Medicine award-winning partner. Many tells best beer treatment for beginners. Among men's journals, best beer shampoos and washes. And GQ's best beer conditioners, soft no-itch facial. Your beard is our trip. These are your tools. Casey Gillette.
Chipotle's chicken al pastor is back, and it's fire on every level. Fresh chicken, hot off the grill, mixed with moringa peppers, a splash of pineapple, and fresh lime. It's where fire meets fire. Chipotle's chicken al pastor. The wait is over.
This All-Star Weekend, Major League Baseball is partnering with T-Mobile to take the fan experience to the next level. From seamless stadium entry powered by T-Mobile's 5G network to testing new balls and strike technology that makes every call the right call. Plus, with Magenta Stats, T-Mobile customers score exclusive fan benefits. Swing into the future with T-Mobile, the exclusive 5G innovation partner of MLB. This whole concert
Thank you.
to travel.
Sorry, Mom. Yeah, I can read it.
You're not okay.
Monsters aren't real.
Yes, they are. Try a big E15 August 2nd.
Oh man, that was the stretching, the stitching.
Hongo Tire.
What do you mean the connecting rooms were not confirmed?
Exactly.
We are quick.
We'll be able to see them.
When you want your kids in a room that's actually connecting, it matters where you stay. Hilton, where to stay.
Game summary. Shohei Ohtani got the win as a pitcher a couple years ago. As homer in this All-Star game, something that
Those two categories in the Midsummer Classic. Difference though is Jalen Duran's 2-run home run in the 5th inning. Final roll for the American League.
5-3 American League. Swing and a miss immediately. Scott. Who has done well. Tanner Scott from the Miami Marlins. He leads NL relievers with all of his statistics. 0-1 count. Now an 0-2 because of the foul tip. That's high. A 98-mile-per-hour ball. It's a 1-2 count. Pitch by Scott. Line foul. Scott used to be in Baltimore. He's now in Miami. He was a teammate of Anthony Santander, who has a single in the 5th as well as a run. He was part of that rally that gave the American League their first lead, which they're holding on to. High pitch, 2-2. There's the pitch. Santander skies one out to the outfield and a somewhat easy catch. Once again, for the former Dodger, the current Dodger, who I thought has played super great, in Teoscar Hernandez. One out. Scott the pitch outside. Ball 1. working on Duran. Jaron Duran, who had the huge home run, which gave the American League their 5-3 lead. High ball 2. It's 2-0 count. That a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Scott inside for strike 1. Swing and a miss again. It's a 2-2 count. One out. Big pitch here for Scott. Line drive taken by the shortstop Trey. Immediate throw to Pete Alonso at first base. And we've got 2 away. One out away from getting to the top of the 9th. And the manager is coming to the mound. I don't see why. I got to replace the pitcher. Why? Because so replace the pitcher so you know you have one. They could also have the time, and also so it's like, hey, there's somebody that's definitely juiced, so we definitely know that we will have a chance to win this game or tie this game. Well, we're going to a break, and we'll be back with the new relief pitcher.
We will never stop trying to get better. Because when medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Under our roof, you're free to dream big.
And remember at the top, they will be 3 outs away from winning the game. But we got to get out of this inning and not give up any runs. The good thing is nobody's on base.
At Papa John's, we start with like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you though. Get 2 or more Papa Parents favorites. Just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
Good news is that you're a closer when you're leading into the 9th inning. But the bad news is that's not guaranteed, and you might be left with the situation where you're not going to get to pitch if that's the role. That's a ball for the catcher. Offensive is not as efficient. Oh, we're winning this game. But with the National League down,
Jeff Hoffman to the outside. He said that if they win the game, he would be the closer. But now they're losing, and that wouldn't have. And that wouldn't happen. They would have to take the lead in the top of the 9th, or it would have to happen in extra innings. 1-1 count. Jeff inside. As I say, I think that's got to be a strike. It was close to the strike zone. I think it's got to be. It's 2 inside for it not to be. And they made the right call there. It's 1-2 count. He's a strike away from getting this offense in. That could make him the closer. This a hopper to first base. The throw is on time, and we're out of the inning. Good play by Pete as well. We go to the top of the 9th. We are on our last legs. Got to try to tie it or take the lead. We'll be back. And I'll be back also. I am. do something real quick. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible.
What's a recipe using what I have in my fridge?
It starts with an empty prompt. And the most advanced AI at your fingertips.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Parents favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
I'm out here telling people how they can save money with experience. This is like someone who has a lot of subscriptions. I have a lot, too many, I'd say. You can see your subscriptions all in one place and cancel the ones you don't like. Dude, that's so easy.
Get started now with the Experian app.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I just wanted to remind you that Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of the joke my mate told me. Now, a local woodchuck and a catcher walked into a pool. And a Get it? Wow, they really like that one.
It's easy to Geico, official partner of Major League Baseball.
This is a cluster. Full of browsers who aren't buying. MailChimp.
We are back. We are back. We are back. Inning has not started yet, though. So with all of that, if I could learn how to navigate my computer.
Your proof and ever rooming no compromise interior. And starting around $34,995, you and your money can go further in America's most affordable EV with over 315 miles of range. Equinox EV, a vehicle you know, a value you expect, and a dealer you
Don't change it for me.
What is that for? I'll teach you.
When you tap or order online at participating grocery stores, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless.
We're ready to go. Top of the ninth, National League. We are on our last what's end. Down 3 outs. Lose the game, or you could take the lead. Or tie the game. Down by 2. And Pistol Pete Alonso from the Mets is up at bat. He fouls the first one off. It's 0-1. Clace is pitching. He is closing for the American League. 19 home runs. He's tied 5th in the National League. The only Met to make the team. And we are in a playoff spot at the All-Star break. Something you could not have imagined. Earlier in the year, specifically in May, Pete swings and misses. It's 0-2. And Emmanuel Clace, 139 saves since 2021, the most in Major League Baseball, and he's been one of the reasons of the hot start and finish of Cleveland. Cleveland's had a good sports year. Their Cavaliers got to the second round. The Browns made the playoffs, and this team has been roaring. Pete fouls it out. Still 0-2. Pitch by Clace. Pete fouls it off. That cutter hard to hit. He was drafted by the Rangers. Texas has made a lot of good decisions with their personnel the last couple of years. That was not one of them. Pete swings and misses. And Clace has struck him out, and we're down to 2 outs. Ellie De La Cruz is up for his second at-bat. And more than anything, we need players on base. We already talked about, NFL, college football starting too. My Aggies of Texas A&M are Going to have a home opener on August 31st against Notre Dame. Sold out crowd at College Station. It's going to be a lot of fun. 1-0 count to De La Cruz. De La Cruz fouls it off. Another one of those cutters by Clace. Ignore the Alexa machine. Clace lined one to the outside. And De La Cruz now at a 1-1 count. He is 1-4-1. Clace waits in. And that pitch by Clase, excuse me, not Clace. I apologize for that. Just figured out the enunciation. Clase's pitch to the outside is a ball. It's 2-1 count. 1 out. De La Cruz lines one into the grass. The throw is right there to first base. And we're down to our final out. So early couldn't even get on base. So this is a lot of comfort for the American League because you have a 2-run lead. So a shot into the upper deck is only 1 run because nobody's on base. Clase against Merrill. Merrill, a short hop. Is this a fair ball? It is. That throw is safe. Not in time. Not in time. Merrill hit a very low, short hop and got on to first base with unbelievable hustle that close to the end of the ball game. And Merrill just beats out the throw. And that's the bounce of a baseball. He just beats out the game being over. And now the tying run is at the plate. This is what happens. This is what happens in baseball. He gets a short hopper of a hit. Clase the pitch, strike 1. Working on Reynolds. Brian Reynolds can tie the game with a home run. Pitch swung on and fouled off, but because of the first strike, Brian Reynolds is a strikeout away from the game being over. A non-foul tip strikeout. And Clase, who is the best closer in baseball, can finish off Brian Reynolds in the National League. Swing and a miss, American League win. The American League are the 2024 All-Star Game winners. Clase was unbelievable in this inning. And the American League, who have won 10 of the last 11 All-Star games, they won 9 in a row until last year, but they're back on top with a 5-3 win thanks to the youngster from Boston, Jarren Duran. And that is it. The American League win it 5-3. Duran will be the MVP. And Clase with his second All-Star save in 3 years. Unbelievable for him. He did not get to pitch last year because they were never winning. But now he does. And he'll have a lot of great innings left for him for the Cleveland Guardians in the regular season and into the postseason. Well, good night, everybody. And happy baseball, everybody. We'll see you on the other side for Major League Baseball, CFL, maybe some WNBA basketball and MLS, and get ready, of course, for the start of the NFL season. Good night, everybody. Happy baseball, everybody.